Hey everyone, it's Trader Rob. After a fantastic day trading yesterday, let's see if we can have a similar day from yesterday. We've got a lot of high impact news this morning that is going to affect the markets. Let's see how we can navigate through the morning strategies, the Rob reversals, and the levels coming up shortly. As always, nothing that I state on my channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is risky business. Any capital that is put out there is at risk for loss. All right, so yeah, we got a pretty busy trading day this morning. We've got PMI at 8:45 a.m. this morning Central Time. That is going to, not only is it going to move the markets, you're definitely going to have some pretty big reactions to it. But, even beforehand, there's a lot of positioning that's going on in the marketplace. So just be super careful today, especially if you're trading the levels or you're trading the equities markets. Those are going to get a little bit nutty. If we take a look at oil this morning, we have pretty much came to a nice little high here at about 3 o'clock in the morning. And then since then, it has just been a pretty steady decline in oil this morning. If we take a look at gold, which is always on the right hand side of my chart, kind of just made here a V formation, and we have been making higher highs and lower lows. So right now we are in an uptrend in gold this morning. If we take a look at our trades from yesterday, let's start off with gold. We had a beautiful trade in gold yesterday off of the 815 820 close inside bar right here. Max size position of 35 ticks based on my strategy and my conditions. Those are all linked in the description below. Feel free to watch the videos if you want to start trading any of the morning strategies. We got activated here to the short, full take profit, beautiful trade in gold yesterday. If we take a look at oil session 1 was a loser yesterday. We get activated into the long. It hung around and take in profit for quite a while. Started to kind of make resistance right at our entry line, reversed, and then just went straight up after that. It was actually a pretty decent sized move. We were able to capture some of that up move on our oil session 2 based off of the 910, 915 close candle right here. Again, this would have been 26 ticks right there. We get full take profit here. Again, once price action goes to about 70% take profit, I like to reduce my risk down in half. So that's why you saw the marker there at 13 ticks. So beautiful trade in oil session 2. Morning strategies did great yesterday. Rob reversal also hit. We got a setup at 9 a.m. to go short. This, if you're trading this on the 35-point stop loss, 35-point take profit, you got your 35 points, no problem. On cash, I have been implementing a strategy of a trailing stop with a set take profit of 70 points and still keeping it at 35-point stop loss. That has actually hit, I think, 3 trades in a row. So that has definitely brought back my Rob reversal here for April. Still got a little ways more to go. And again, I'm not trying to hit home runs. I am literally trying to concentrate on one trade at a time. If you look at the big picture sometimes, which is important to look at the big picture, don't get me wrong, but if you are looking at the big picture and trying to either win back some of your losses for the month, for the week, or even the previous day, that is really setting you up for failure. Concentrate on the next trade, concentrate on your next setup, be mentally prepared, get prepared for the day, know what news is coming out, make sure that your charts are set up correctly, you're on the right contract, position sizing is correct. And I'm not saying that I am free of errors. I document all of my mistakes here, and they happen frequently. So I am just trying to get better each and every day. If we take a look at our dashboard, we currently sit at $50,236 on the eval account with those nice trades from yesterday. And finally, let's take a look at our levels here. Yesterday, I took a really small trade in the funded account, so that sits at $110 profit. Small trade yesterday. Actually, I saw the moves great. There were some really good setups there. I even though now I'm going into funded status, I don't want to deviate from my plan. I take one trade per day. So if I bail out early and I don't see that trade the whole way through, I'm not trying to get back into that trade as well. I'm also working on another eval account that is currently up, let's see, $577 on this one. So let's just take a look at the levels for this morning. This is the ES. Again, pretty nice chart. I also believe that the, I don't know if it was the NQ. We'll take a look at the NQ and the YM, but I think it was the NQ that actually today, I don't normally like trading the NQ, not on the levels, but well, let's just start here with the ES. We currently sat at a very strong level at 50.65. This is the closest to price action above us. We've got another level at 50.72 and a 5-minute interval level at 50.75. Kind of a big gap here, about 7 points. So I don't know, the shorts here don't seem to be the best for me. I kind of prefer, there's a big gap here too. So maybe the ES today isn't the best play for me. And I will see what price action here does this morning. But we've got a 5-minute level at 50.53. We got a level at 50.51. So maybe if we get a bounce right here, you use this as your stop loss, and we might be able to take it right back to this area. That's definitely a possibility on a trade. We've got another strong level at 50.43, and underneath that, 50.39. Let's take a look at the NQ. So the NQ, yeah, this is another one. Again, would not be looking at shorts here. You've already tapped into this lower level at 17,407. We've got a strong level at 17,420, and then we've got a 5-minute level at 17,442. Too much space here, and we've already tapped into these two levels here already twice this morning. So again, not a tradable situation for me. Possible tradable situation on a long from this 15-minute level at 17,374. You would have a nice little stop loss buffer here of 17,368. After that, you've got a big gap here. Would not be looking at anything down here. 17,325 is your level underneath that. All right, let's take a look at the YM. And the YM has a 15-minute level at 38,653. We've got a level that we've tapped into here. Actually, this is a kind of a newer level here. I'm not sure why I didn't map this. Oh, that's on the, well, I guess on the 5-minute, you could definitely make a case for a level right here, which would possibly entertain a trade, but we've already tapped into it a few times. Actually, we haven't. Might be a scenario where you might be able to take a short here, but again, huge gap here. Just don't like it. 15-minute level, 38,569. 38,562, which is the dotted line here. That's your 5-minute level. We got another 15-minute level down here, 38,505, 38,492, and 482. Again, the shorts, the longs look much better to me than the shorts on almost all of the instruments this morning. So we'll see here what we can extract from the market. Stick around in the next few minutes. You'll see all of the trades from today, and stick around for the recap at the end of the day.
Order canceled.
All right, so our first trade in oil session one, we get activated here into a short. It's kind of an ugly one to watch, to be honest with you. What do we got to say here? So we've got we obviously, our source bar was a pretty large, the white up bar that you see to the left of the red inside bar. The red inside bar is our activation candle. We do get activated into the short. We have been in a downtrend pretty much all morning. Well, you guys just heard it. You saw the graph. And originally felt pretty good. I mean, obviously you got two really strong up bars. And then you get this inside bar, which is a pretty big one. And so there is some indecision here. We kind of get wicked into this trade to the short. And to be honest with you, there was zero momentum in our direction. Really not much direction at all, or I should say not much momentum. It just kind of starts to do almost like a mini range. I mean, it comes right back to the tops of the two previous candles, and at this point, just not feeling good about the trade. Barely any room, and I know that that my stop loss is probably going to get hit here. So ugly trade for oil session 1 this morning. You'll see a final push here by buyers, and they do knock us out.
Stop filled. Order canceled.
All right, so here is our second trade in oil, which is oil session 2, and we trade that from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. One thing that I want to note here is that even though I got in on this entry and my inside bar obviously did not paint. And for some of you that are watching this video or this trade replay, you might be asking yourself, well, Rob, why is your inside bar indicator for the MCL not painting an inside bar? Well, if you can see, this actually isn't an inside bar on the MCL, but I base my chart and my entries off of the CL, which is the E-mini contract. And I have that off on another monitor, which is what I look at each day to make sure that I'm getting in at the right setup. It does happen, I don't want to say frequently, but they do sometimes trail each other by a few ticks. As I've always mentioned, I like trading off of the larger contract, which is the CL. Now we get activated here into the long. Now oil's been in an uptrend, so now we're just looking for a continuation of the trend. But this is one day where I can say the trend was not my friend on the morning strategies. Sellers kind of just step in, starts kind of ranging here a little bit, knocks us out for oil session 2, unfortunately.
Order canceled.
So just couldn't pull off another green day in a row. So we had some excitement in the market today. I mean, obviously with the PMI news, price action went pretty damn crazy. I usually start with my morning strategies, but let's just jump into the levels really quick. So you can see I took no trade here today. I'm actually very happy with my trading on the levels this morning. And I'm going to tell you why. You're going to say, Rob, well, you didn't take a trade, so what are you talking about? Well, I had a plan this morning, and I stuck to that plan. I said that I really didn't like, on any of the charts, I did not like any of the shorts. Big gap here. Could you have made a play off of these levels? Yeah, absolutely. You could have made a play off of this level right here at 50.85. You could have made a play at 50.88. And this would have probably got you, just by looking at it, I would say maybe 10 points. Let's see. Right here. Yeah, right about 9.5 points. If you would have taken this little bounce here, you got 6 points. But again, I would have had, this one would have been a nice one, actually. This one would have came right back down to my level right here, almost tapped into it. But again, I just didn't feel very confident just because you had such big gaps here on the upside. Now on the downside, even posted this in Discord at about, I don't know, maybe 8:45, 9 o'clock, that I had an open order that I kept open right at my level at 50.53. And I said, I don't think price action is going to get here. This is when it was probably somewhere around here. But if it did, that's the trade that I was really looking for today. Obviously, I never got it, never came down to it, but I felt pretty good about my discipline there. So that's what I mean when I say I was happy with my trading, even though I didn't take a trade. If we look at the NASDAQ, again, everything was up today. So if we go back to the open, which was right around here, came right up to this major level, bounced off of it several times. So again, yes, you could have made some plays here. Let's see, off this bounce right here. Oh shit, yeah, that's 50 points. So I mean, yeah, could you have made some moves this morning? Yes. I just didn't have a good feeling about it. And here's a perfect scenario. Yes, there was 50 points on the bounce, but again, my target would have been this level right down here, which is 83 points. It's just too far. And then where are you going to put your stop loss at? There's no clear stop loss up here. There's a lot of gaps that needed to be filled. Just didn't like it. Didn't like those. Didn't like the setups to go short on any of these levels, and it paid off for me this morning. The YM traded pretty much really well within this. Within my two levels that I mapped out, especially the strong levels, came right back up, tested it again, came right back down, tested it again. And then obviously we saw what the equities markets did throughout the rest of the afternoon. Had no trade today in gold, 0 setups. Obviously we got a setup at 8 a.m., 8:05. This trade was invalidated because you'd be using your source bar prior to pre-session. So there is no trade here, even though I believe this would have been a profitable trade. But again, just doesn't fit my rules and conditions. The two trades that you guys just saw, both were losers in oil. So first one was 24 ticks, which we got activated into the short. Felt really good about this one right here. I mean, we were in an uptrend, continuation of the trend. We get the inside bar at 9:25, close 9:30. Ticks us out for a stop loss and then just goes in our direction that we were looking for. So the morning strategies didn't do so hot. Took a loss of $113. So gave up a good majority of the profits from yesterday. So that kind of sucks. But we reset and we start all over again tomorrow. The Rob reversal had no setup here today. Even though we were in a pretty nice trend here, we got a setup to go long. This is at 7:30 pre-session, so not taking this trade. Also, this is closes below the ADMA, and just no other setup. We got a setup to go short. Again, this is at 1:15, but closed above the ADMA. No trade. Obviously, kept you out of a pretty bad one. And then this is after hours, so no trade there whatsoever. So that's it. Not the most, it's kind of a boring day for me this morning. No trade in gold, really no trade on the levels, no trade on the Rob reversal, just 2 smaller losses on oil. So those obviously didn't help, but tomorrow we've got another busy days of news. We've got oil inventory report tomorrow, so that should be exciting. And looking forward to the day. Win one day at a time, man. Today we took a loss, but yesterday we took a really good winner. We've actually been doing okay. So let's see here where the morning strategies leave us for tomorrow. Look forward to starting that day off hot. And happy trading, everyone.